What the water has done to inundate that town, flooding businesses and homes. A flood warning is still in effect, and Sonoma County's declared a local emergency. Days of that heavy rain pushing the Russian River into neighborhoods. Here's the very latest on the river level. The Russian River in Guerneville is expected to crest at 10 o'clock tonight, nearly 46 feet, and that would be its highest level since 1997.
3,600 people are under evacuation orders. They live in 24 communities along the river, from Jenner to Wilson Grove. That includes Guerneville, where we've seen significant flood damage. We have team coverage on this flood emergency, and we begin with Wilson Walker, who is near flooded Guerneville. Wilson?
Yeah, the town of Guerneville almost entirely underwater, but it doesn't stop there. The western end of Sonoma County has been hard hit by this flooding. Just about everywhere you go, you will run into some type of effect of this disaster. It is hard to escape it. The view from Chopper 5 shows the devastation in Guerneville. Roads are now rivers, and the only mode of transportation is by boat. Take a look at this intersection, now a dead end. The river has risen so high, two of the roadways now just lead to more water.
The current situation is we've got deputies in Guerneville helping people. The evacuation time really has passed. We're not able to evacuate any more people out of Guerneville because the water has risen and the roads are impassable.
These people did not evacuate. We spotted them on a rooftop, one woman sitting in her lawn chair. Now, we did catch up with one couple who did get out.
These things are fast changing, and you do need to pay attention.
This is the third time we've been evacuated over the last 3 or 4 months in different parts of California, but that's life.
The force of the water that came through here strong enough to make this home crumble. You can see the water and American flag still standing outside. And check this out, a CHP rescue chopper landed on the only dry spot in downtown Guerneville, a street surrounded by water. All right, now getting around anywhere out here is incredibly difficult. Roads are blocked for all kinds of reasons, whether it's just standing water, mudslides, trees down, you name it, it's unfolding somewhere out here. Now, we showed you Guerneville right there, which is clearly seeing the worst of this. Come back up the river a little bit, you get to a town like Forestville. Now, I went through there and ran into Craig and Jane Cochran. They pulled their canoe down their driveway and gave us a little tour of their town today.
We are on Sunridge Avenue in Forestville, right. There are many more houses. The entire town of Guerneville is underwater. They're flooded.
You're saying a lot of these houses have been raised before, but not all of them.
Yes, not all of them. Many of the houses, due to the flooding, have been raised up, sometimes two full stories, to be above even the largest floods.
All right, so you can see the result there in that little stretch of Forestville that flooded. The homes that were raised did okay. The homes that were not almost entirely submerged there. So, as you heard, not much more in the way of evacuation right now because getting around is so difficult. So there are boats and National Guard trucks out running around trying to find something, but until the water comes back, getting around is just so difficult that it's hard to get much accomplished. So we will see what happens over the next 5-6 hours as we finally hit the peak of this. The water starts to recede and maybe mobility will improve. We are live along River Road. Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.
Take a look at this sweeping drone's eye view over Rio Nito along the Russian River. Entire neighborhoods are under all of that murky floodwater. Homes and cars are submerged, and you can only see just the top halves of those trees. In the meantime, Stormwatch coverage continues with KPIX 5's Susie Steimel. She is near Sebastopol, where floodwaters have swamped other Sonoma County neighborhoods. Susie?
Well, Veronica, I'm standing on Highway 12 in Sebastopol, which, as you can see, is closed. It's been closed throughout the day as this flooding goes on. Normally, this connects this community to Santa Rosa and the 101. Right now, it's the site of more evacuations and rescues from the fire department. Off in the distance, to give you an idea of the rising water here, you see this yellow sign? At noon today, that was not underwater. Now it's about 2 feet underwater, and the water is still rising.
So we're getting ready to go into Flynn Street. There's apparently somebody trapped in their house.
The Sebastopol Fire Department is rescuing the stubborn.
They just don't want to leave, and we can't force them to leave. But, as the water gets up into their houses, they're pretty much going to have to leave.
15 people have been pulled out by boat, others on piggyback. The total number of evacuees is a moving target, a number that's rising as the river does. The Laguna de Santa Rosa has swallowed parts of Sebastopol whole. Cars and homes are underwater. Streets are now crowded with kayakers.
Never have I seen it like this. It's scary.
Christina Mendieta and her 2 children had to be rescued after trying to stay in their home a little too long. Did you think you'd be okay until?
Yeah, I would. I was like, oh, okay, it's going to rise a little bit, but we'll be fine.
We've done all we can do. We got sandbags, everything up off the floor.
Melissa Minton's business at the Barlow is taking on water. Sebastopol has been through floods like this in '86 and '95, but Melissa has only been here 5 years, and the steady march of the rising river caught her off guard.
Well, we don't have power. We're going to lose all of our perishable stuff, and what's insurance going to do, and how long is it going to take, and the cleanup. When can we open again for business?
Back out here live, here's another look at Highway 12 for you. That bridge is well underwater. It's been like that all day. Just beyond that is a mobile home park where there have been a lot of evacuations. Some people have just been wanting to stay in their homes, and the fire department is knocking on doors right now telling people it's a good idea to get out.